Hi, so we're gonna do some potato salad today. I've got a few things going on here. I thought I'd show you around. Um, we've got 2 pounds of potatoes. They're just about coming to boil there. I've got some green onions and mustard and pink pepper and eggs and cayenne pepper, salt, sour cream, mayonnaise and dill pickles and onion and pancetta. So delicious bacon basically. And what we're going to do is we're going to assemble a potato salad and we're going to stick it in this guy right here. So it'll be just fantastic. I want to take those potatoes over there and cook them and cool them along with the eggs. And once they're cool, I'm going to lay them out in my pan here, like this, with my dressing. And then another layer, so it's kind of like a lasagna, but it's a potato salad. The presentation is awesome and just looks really, really, really great. So what I'm gonna do here is while this is cooking, I'm gonna throw some eggs in here. With my 2 pounds of potatoes, I'm gonna put 8 eggs in there because I like lots of eggs. And while we're doing that, we can start making our dressing. Okay, so I'm just gonna sit you guys up there. Bingo. Now, so my eggs, yeah, I just take my 8 eggs and I put them in with my potatoes, you know. I want to cook them for probably about 5 minutes. I like mine with a little bit of the yellow still kind of sticky, you know. And I think that's important to have that. Okay, my pot's a little heavy on water here. Alright, okay. So I'm just going to run and grab a bowl and start whipping up my dressing. Now, the dressing for me is key. I want to take some sour cream and mayonnaise and mix that together, and about 50-50 of each. I don't make my own mayonnaise. I know that it would be really good. This has got some olive oil in it, they say, but who knows how true that really is. Okay, sour cream on the other hand is awesome. So we'll just dig into that stuff, like so. And I mean, you can change this mixture if you want, but I use 50-50. I think it's nice and light, and bingo, about like that. Okay, a little bit of cayenne pepper for some heat. Mustard, I like mustard, so I'm gonna put some dried Keen's mustard on there. Like so. A little pink pepper. Bingo. And the pink pepper takes a while for the flavors to come out, but it's got that strong bitter flavor that I like. So we put that in there. It's great stuff. On top of that. Okay, that's good there. Another thing we're gonna do is I want a bit of fresh onion in there. Not too much, but some, right? There we go. Maybe about that much. So take the piece off of there. Okay. And I like them sliced nice and thin. I see it in the odd cooking show where they're big and chunky, and I just don't understand how that works. Onions are supposed to be cut thinly against the grain, and that's what lets all the juices out. Maybe there's something I don't know there, but it's just the way of the world, or the way of my world. Cut those onions nice and thin. Okay, now this is more onion than I'm probably going to use. So I'm just going to put, like I say, a little handful in there, like so. Fold that stuff in. And another thing that I really like in here, I looked for fresh dill today, couldn't find any. I could have bought some dried dill, but it's not much different than the dill from the dill pickles. So we're gonna do that. I love dill pickle in there. And even into my dressing, this is a good trick. Take a little bit of this dill juice, put about that much in there. Nice stuff. And see the consistency? Once it works in, just beautiful. The flavor is great. It adds a lot. Okay. That's a good base for my dressing. Very good. And get back in there with some pickles. I like a fair amount of pickle in there. And this is gonna be a big salad. I got 2 pounds of potatoes and 8 eggs. That's gonna be, this casserole pan's gonna be just full, right to the hilt. Okay, so I've got 5 pickles I can throw in there. That's gonna help things out a bit. I got my green onions going on, which is really good. I just gotta check and see how we're doing for time here. Oh, very good, very good. Okay, so yeah, I mean, the potato salad is one of those things that people make, and they make it awfully boring. One thing that I really want to stress with potato salad is that a lot of people use those russet or baker potatoes, and they're cheap, right? That's why they use them, but they just fall apart and make a disaster in there. So we want to use like a waxy potato for sure. It's very important. Today we're using rose potatoes. They're red skin and yellow flesh potatoes. They're good. Good stuff. Okay. Well, my potatoes are just starting to go. Just starting to go. Okay. Same with my eggs. Let's see what we got here. I've got just a little bit of too much water in my pot. There we go, that'll solve things. Now, with the eggs, like I say, I want them to be just right. So I don't mind checking my eggs. I'm not gonna check them right now, but one of them, I'll take it out and I'll shell it, and I'll check the inside of it and see how soft the yellow part really is. I don't want it to be too hard, you know? A lot of people cook their eggs until they're all chalky, and I'm not a big fan of that. I want the pieces of the yellow yolk kind of floating around in the dressing and still, you know, solid, right? So I want it to be a bit sticky in the middle. And when you use a lot of egg in your potato salad, you know, that's something that you want to pay attention to. Okay, so there's that stuff there. That's looking really good. And the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to cook my pancetta up. I want this for the last thing. I'm gonna sprinkle it all over top, drizzle all of the drippings all on top of the pan, and this should be just fantastic. Same thing, I gotta prep my onions in here, similar to what's going on here, and as soon as my eggs are ready, we'll be right back.